gurgling, snuffling, snorting, and even passing gas, all common noises our bodies make from time to time. But have you ever wondered what some of these sounds mean? Well, here to share the secrets behind the cracks and pops and whether they warrant a trip to the doctor's office, Dr. Bernard Michlin from Alvarado Hospital. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I was telling you a little story about someone I knew who likened himself to a campfire when he got up in the morning because everything would pop, 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 pop. Is that a normal thing for everyone?
Yes, some people pop more than others. Sometimes it could be something a little serious, but normally it's just getting loose in the morning.
Just loosening up a little bit.
Just loosening up.
When should you maybe pay attention to some of the noises your body makes?
When the noises hurt or they really become more severe than usual and you're thinking, you know, I shouldn't be doing this much, or people are complaining that I'm snoring too much, or when I chew gum my jaw hurts.
It's popping. I had a girlfriend eating lunch and I said, what is that noise? And she said, that's my jaw popping.
Right, that's their jaw. That's TMJ. And a little bit is okay, but if you have a lot of it, you should see your dentist or your doctor because there's things you can do about it. And you can get arthritis in any joint, including your jaw joint.
Now, I know growing up a lot of our moms told us, don't pop your fingers because kids sure love to sit and pop, pop, pop. Is that bad? I mean, too much popping if you sit and you intentionally do it?
Anything you do repeatedly will traumatize the joint and eventually it will cause arthritis or traumatic arthritis. I have kids, they do it, I tell them not to do it. I think doing it a little bit, it's just air bubbles in the joint, but if you do it a lot, you can damage the tendons in the joints and it can cause trouble when you're older.
And I know that I've heard before that when you go visit the doctor, that it's never a bad thing just to casually mention some of the things you may be noticing, especially if they're fairly new. Oh, well now when I do this, this happens.
Well, everything has to start sometime and people are embarrassed to talk to their doctor. We've heard everything. We've heard it 100 times. There's nothing you're ever going to tell us that we haven't heard. So tell your doctor everything. If you're passing gas and you think it's too much or it has a bad smell to it, tell him. That can be due to certain foods, it can be to certain allergies.
Lactose intolerant maybe?
Exactly.
Because my son can clear a room and I just wonder at what point, I'm sorry honey, I wonder at what point I should worry about that because, oh my gosh.
Right,
he thinks it's funny. Everybody, you know, all his peers think it's funny. I don't think it's so funny.
And a new allergy is glutens. There's a gluten allergy, and that's in a lot of foods. You can talk to your doctor and try to identify the foods. Well, when I eat this, this tends to happen, and that'll give your doctor a clue of where to go and what to avoid. And
on a more serious note, I did have a friend who her husband casually mentioned that when she was going to the doctor, please tell him that you have, and it turns out she did have a lower intestinal issue that was quite serious.
Right, so you should tell your doctor it's not a big deal to talk to him about it. Don't be embarrassed. If you have bad breath, people think that's coming from your mouth. Sometimes that's coming from your stomach. And there's medications, there's things they can do to change or make suggestions and recommendations.
So you don't have to live with all the crazy noises that your body makes if they seem a little troublesome.
Right, and then we're like a car. As we get older, we make a few more noises. Some are important and some aren't.
What a bummer. So they're only going to get louder as we get older?
Right. Everything, unfortunately, everything we do only gets worse.
All right. Well, if anyone would like more information, of course, Alvarado Hospital, a great resource, and the number there on your screen. And don't be afraid to ask. An open line of communication, no matter what it is. Don't be embarrassed.
Right. You cannot embarrass your doctor. He's heard it all 1,000 times.
Well, it's not the doctor, I think, who's embarrassed. I think it's the person with the issue. But be honest, and that's the best thing.
Yes, and they'll be able to direct you in the right direction.
All right. Thank you so much. I sure appreciate it. I'm sorry, Blake.